Around 10 o'clock, my best friend came to pick me up because she closed that night, and then I asked her if she could come up. What's up, guys? It's Savannah Rose, and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't been to my channel before, this is This Boho Rose. On this channel, I like to make videos about things that have happened in my life and the way that they have helped me to grow as a person. This is just going to be a fun story that I love to tell people because it was just so fun and so funny and just crazy coincidences. There were events, there was drama, there was heartache, and there was my boyfriend's mom at a club. Was I expecting it? No. Yes, you heard me. This is going to be the story of the time I ran into my boyfriend's mother at the club. Without further ado, as you guys saw in my recent videos, I was just visiting a lot of my friends and family, my boyfriend in California. I was there for about 3 weeks. I'm back in Texas now, hence filming my video, hence my new lighting that I'm very excited about, hence just being in my room. So I was visiting in California, and on this particular day I was going to be meeting my cousin to watch some music in the square in downtown because that was the thing to do. And during the summer there is live music every Friday. I can't recall if it's year-round, but I know at least during the summer every Friday there's live music in the square in the city. So I was planning to meet my second cousin, who forgot to tell me that he wasn't actually going to be coming that night, so I was there. And I had no other plans for the night because, hey, I was looking around, couldn't find him, and I texted him, and he's like, oh, okay, just sorry, just kidding, I'm not actually gonna be there. Like, he's too cool for me or something, but whatever. I ended up making other plans. I actually ended up running into his sister, who didn't even know I was in town, and she gave me a hug, and she's like, oh my god, I didn't even know you were here. I'm working right now at the club, and, you know, I wish I could spend more time with you, but I gotta go. When I ran into her, she was on her way to a car to grab her keys, so I went with her to grab her keys, and she was like, oh, I'm busy, but I want to see you, I want to spend time with you, and she's like, you know what, I'm gonna bring you in. And I was like, what? And she's like, I'm gonna bring you in, come on, you're gonna come to the club with me. And I'm like, okay, sure. So she brings me into the club, and I'm immediately out of my element, because this isn't like the kind of club that a bunch of people my age hang out at. It's more of a classy, more expensive. I mean, it's in the square downtown in the Silicon Valley. It's a very nice club. People go there to listen to live music and to, you know, drink their cocktails and talk about the good old days before California became what California is now. So I'm sitting there with a bunch of mostly middle-aged, some like 30s and up people. And so I'm just sitting there feeling really confused. I have no idea what to say. I was introduced to some people that they were talking to at the bar. I was introduced to her boss, and so we all started a conversation. Everything was cool, and then it died because it's a club. People go talk to other people, and I was just sitting there like, I don't know what to do. She's working the bar, and I'm by myself. And then she asked me what I want to drink. And me being me, I said something fruity. She turns to her coworker and says, hey, can you make her one of those fruity drinks that you make for girls, a panty dropper or something? Which amused me because I didn't realize that panty dropper was an actual drink, so I was like, okay, sure. And he makes me this fruity drink that was so good. It was delicious. I want to go back just to have him make me that drink. And I enjoyed it a little too much by the end of it. So he makes me the drink, and my cousin is all excited that I'm there, and she takes pictures of me to send to like our family friend group chat to show like, hi, I got her here. And I'm sitting there kind of watching what she's doing, feeling kind of awkward. The drink is starting to kick in, and I'm talking to this guy who they had introduced me to as soon as I came in, just because he was sitting there talking with them. He's a middle-aged Mexican guy, and I don't want to say his name, so I'll just call him Robert. So Robert's talking to me for a while. Really cool. I mean, he's talking to me about like his kid and sending his daughter to school, to college. He said he lives out of like a shed or their garage or something because he wants to make sure that he can save enough money so that he can get her to college and like sacrifice himself for the while so that she can be successful. And he said that like a lot of people give him crap about it, and I was like, no, that's amazing. Like, you're supporting your kid, getting them to school. I wasn't so lucky to have that kind of circumstance, so I have a really high respect for parents who are willing to do those things for their kids. He got all emotional because he was like, wow, nobody says that to me. Most people are like, why are you sacrificing yourself? And I was like, no, okay, I give you a big hand for that because there's not a lot of people who will actually go that far to make sure their children are successful. And somewhere along the line we made jokes about how like we both like ketchup on eggs, and I was like, what? My boyfriend hates ketchup on eggs. Like, he calls me a psychopath. He's like, no, it's good. Throughout the joke, like, that was the running joke. He's like, oh, this girl likes ketchup on eggs and this. And he was being really friendly. He kept saying that I seemed older than I was, and he liked that I also liked ketchup on eggs, and that we had that much in common. But of course, the more we drank, the more the lines blurred a little bit, and the slightly pushier and more suggestive he became. I was talking to my cousin, and she was like, if you just stay until we close, I'll drive you home, don't worry, you'll be okay. Because at that point, like, I was close to my best friend's house enough to walk, but not really comfortable enough being drunk to like walk all the way there, because As you can imagine, California used to be a very, very, very safe place, and now it's kind of dwindling in that level because of all of the people that have moved in, and people in general are not safe at times. Anyways, so she tells me that she'll take me home after she's done, and Robert was like, oh yeah, and if you need me to take you home, I'll take you home too. He asked how long I was going to be there, and I wasn't supposed to be there for 3 weeks originally, but that just ended up happening. At that point, I was going to be leaving in like 2 days. And he kept saying like, my family works for United, I could get you a ticket home, like I could drive you home, why don't you trust me? And I was like, because I just met you. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I may have been drinking and I may have had like my defenses somewhat lowered in just the sense that I was being silly and goofy, but I would absolutely not let this guy take me home. I kept saying like, I trust my cousin more. I've known her for my entire life, and so I trust her more to drive me home than I trust you. And he kept being like, oh, I see how it is. And I'm like, well, it's, you know, it's too bad. Like, you could try to say what you want, to try to get me to do what you want me to do, but it's not gonna happen. I'm going home with my cousin. And of course, I still wanted to give this guy the benefit of the doubt because he seemed nice, and I wasn't nothing was happening. I wasn't interested in him. He knew I had a boyfriend, but he was just underage. As the lines blurred even more though, he started to say things like, your boyfriend must be a great guy, he must be because he has somebody like you, or I'm sure he would be here if he could be, or he better know how great he has it to have you or something. And he just kept going on about my boyfriend and me and like him having to be good enough for me, and if not, like I deserve better or something. Like he just kept going on about it, and then he kept trying to get me to dance. And there was a point where I did end up on the dance floor with him, but I ended up dancing with just my cousin, and I didn't even make eye contact with him. I wouldn't even look at this guy. I just kind of ignored him, and I got on the dance floor and danced because I was drinking a little bit. By then I probably had like two or three mixed drinks and a few shots and 6 bottles of water, might I add. My cousin's coworker was so diligent in passing me water. Every time I didn't have a drink of some sort in my hand, he'd pass me a water. And that was my saving grace for sure. Probably why I was able to keep myself like aware enough to keep this guy away from me in an uncomfortable way. So we get up to dance a few times, go sit down, we get up to dance a few times. I'm dancing with my cousin the whole time. This guy's trying to get my attention. I'm not interested in him because he is a middle-aged man with a daughter that's my age, and because I have a boyfriend. So he's trying to dance with me. I'm not interested. I'm not giving signs that I'm interested. I'm just kind of pushing his advances away and getting more and more distant as he becomes more drunk. The second time we come back to the bar, he's trying to make me go back on the dance floor again. I'm just kind of sitting there like, no, sorry, not interested. Like, he wasn't being forceful. He was just like, ah, come on, let's go. I'm like, no, we're not doing that. And all of a sudden, my boyfriend's mom walks up. She goes, Savannah? What are you doing here? And I like was so excited to see her, honestly. I didn't feel like caught, I didn't feel weird or anything. I was so excited to see her. I was like, oh my god, and I gave her a hug, and I was like, this guy keeps trying to get me to dance with him, and she looks at him, she goes, this is my son's girlfriend, buzz off. So the guy's like, oh, come on, nothing's going on. She goes, no, buzz off, and she repeatedly, and this woman is shorter than me. She's probably about like 5'1", 5'2", like around my mom's height, but she's very intimidating. Like, if this woman came up to me and I didn't know her and told me to buzz off, I would buzz right off of this earth and plane of existence. The guy leaves and she's like, what are you doing here, you party animal? And she pulls me over to her table and we just chat for a little while about the night, and I told her I ran into my cousin. She introduced me to her friend that she came with, who she apparently comes to the square with every Friday night, and so I didn't even know that, and I just ran into them, and this happened to be the first time that she ever ended up in this club while I was there. Coincidence? Probably not. So I take a picture with her and I send it to my boyfriend, and of course he is so entertained by this, and he's like, what, that's awesome, that's hilarious, oh my god, love my mom. And the whole night I had been telling about this guy that was trying to like make advances, and I was like, no, I'm not interested. And he was like, do you need help? Like, tell your cousin you need help. And I'm like, no, he's fine, he's harmless, I'm just keeping distance, whatever. Go back to the bar for a little bit, drink a little more. She comes over. The bartender is like, hey, do you want a shot? Yeah, sure. And he sees that she's with me. He goes, oh, do you want one too? Takes a shot of tequila, and I take a shot of peach vodka. We toast and take a shot together, which never thought that would have happened, ever. I took a shot with my boyfriend's mom. It was hilarious. We ended up on the dance floor, her, me, and my cousin, and her friend, who she later described as a weenie because he was kind of just like, dancing, standing around, not doing too much. I'm dancing all out, my cousin's dancing all out, and my boyfriend's mom starts dancing more all out than probably everyone combined. It's funny because a couple days prior she was telling Ben and I that she was out dancing with her friends, the same friend, and she's like, I was shaking my groove thing. Ben was like, okay mom, I don't want to hear that, but she had so much energy and she was dancing so hard and having such a fun time. Like, it was amazing. It was absolutely fantastic. I never could have imagined something like that would happen, and I'm so happy that it did. My best friend closed that night, so I asked her if she could come get me after she got out of work, and she did, and she showed up at the front door. And I'm pretty sure I didn't tell her that I ran into my boyfriend's mom. When she grabbed me, I danced to the front door. She sees me dancing up to the front door. My boyfriend's mom is dancing me up to the front door. Kayleen is just dying laughing at me. Obviously, I looked hilarious, I was drunk, and because I'm with my boyfriend's mom, she knows her, so she wouldn't have expected any of that to happen. And then she took me home. There were more adventures. If you want to know a little bit more as to how the night ended, I could totally make another video on that. I just thought it was so funny that I was at a club, coincidentally the same night that my boyfriend's mom was there for her first time, and we took a shot together, danced together, and she told the guy to buzz off me at the bar. So we had partied. Later that night I did video chat my boyfriend, and he saw the condition that I was in, which honestly wasn't bad. I didn't wake up with even a headache or a hangover or anything because I was drinking so much water. My cousin's coworker came in so hard because I would have been so messed up if he hadn't taken such good care of me. He saw me in this condition and he was laughing at me the whole time, and then his mom came home in the background and she was like, Savannah, you're a party animal. So fun. So fun. I wonder how many people can say that they've partied with their boyfriend's mom without their boyfriend even around. One of my favorite stories of all time. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that story. Thank you guys so much for watching and for chilling with me in my brand new ring lighting. Looks so pretty. And my gold makeup that I put on literally just to film this video because I'm like, it needs to be sparkly and shiny since I have such a beautiful new light system. Click subscribe if you would like to receive more videos like this. Hit the like button if this is a story you would like to see duplicated in another subject form or way. I don't speak English officially. Hit the like button if you want to see more videos, more stories somewhat like this. Leave a comment down below what you thought of this video and of what you think of my makeup. I know that I tend to do a lot of my videos bare-faced, and I really had fun putting on makeup. I think that it might have added to just the entertainment value of the story. I mean, like talking about going to the club and doing laundry and stuff. But let me know what you think of it. If you prefer me bare-faced or if you prefer me with makeup, I'm gonna do whatever I want, likely anyways, but I really like your input. So then I know if you like me more bare-faced, then I will put as much effort into this, and I'll just be like, oh, this is my beautiful self. And beyond that, until next time, you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, your week, your month, and your existence, and I hope to check in with y'all soon. Bye, guys.